Are you hungry, Serana? Jazargo smells blood nearby.
I don't drink from the bloodstains on the floor, Jazargo. That's disgusting. Also, aren't you worried that the first thing you smell when you walk in here is blood?
Can't say I feel comfortable heading into a Dwemer ruin. They always give me bad memories.
You're not alone this time. We'll make it back alive. I promise.
And the promised day is upon us. Yes, I know I said I wouldn't commit crimes against the English language and her people, but most of you didn't seem to mind. Besides, it makes it easier to explain the boring stuff, so let's get it out of the way. First off, the previous update focused on bug fixes, and they worked pretty well. But then there were other bugs it didn't fix, so this update should have those covered. I am learning more and more about how the creation kit works, so if you find any bug that I may have missed, let me know and I'll fix it ASAP. Additionally, I converted the audio files from WAV to FUS upon request, so now the mod should take up less space in your computer. Now, on to the showcase.
Remind me why we're taking a field trip into a Nordic crypt. I think I had enough with the one in which I was locked away. Oh, you didn't tell me that. I assume you have to retrieve something? And you're certain it's there? Oh yeah, that really fills me with so much confidence.
It's coming loose. I can feel it. You fool. Why should I share the treasure with anyone?
Oh look, the bandit lied to us. Who would have thought about it? That claw has ancient Nordic totems engraved in it. It could be important. Hold on to it. So, the tablet was here after all. At least this wasn't a wasted trip.
Okay, we have the Dragonstone. Let us get out of here now, please.
What? What are you mumbling about? Not the best place to be absent-minded, wouldn't you agree? Come on, let's get out of here.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Don't worry, my lord. I'm the very soul of caution.
Are you sure you're ready to fight a dragon? This is no ordinary beast. We're talking about a nigh divine being. Yeah. Although back then we fought alongside my mother, and she's much more powerful than I am. I hope that the city guards can make up for that, but I don't think they'll live up to the standard. Many will die.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few. I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here.
I'm glad you're on our
Dragonborn,
side.
huh? Now there's an interesting turn for you. Oh yeah, he did call you fellow Dova. I guess that makes you family, huh? In a weird way, I guess? Forget I said anything. Let's get back to Whiterun.
Good. That's the end of that.
I don't know what consequences this will bring in
I've
the
been
near
in
future.
Skyrim my whole life.
But I think you made the
Why
right
would I
choice
want to
here.
leave?
I love the cold air. It's exhilarating. Perhaps it's because of my Nord blood.
No,
but
I
there's
just tried to
something
think
about
about
it
the
that makes me
situation
feel
from
alive.
Delphine's perspective. That doesn't mean I agreed with it. What concerns me are the Blades. If Delphine's leadership indoctrinates them into killing dragons indiscriminately, they'll become fanatics. Not to mention that they will discourage any dragons to follow Paarturnax's example, and refuse to reform from their evil ways. History would repeat itself.
I've really
It's
missed
not
traveling
impossible
like
to kill a
this.
dragon without your
Walking the
help.
breadth of
And
Skyrim
without Alduin
has
to bring them
always
back,
filled
they
my
may
heart
as
with
well die
excitement.
forever. But then again, Paarturnax has managed to survive for this long,
I keep
so
hearing
maybe they
stories
just need
about
to lay low
Barrow.
to avoid them.
Sounds like a wretched
In any
place.
case, I agree with you. Nothing good comes out of having an ally that refuses to listen. Let's get out of here.
How dare you set foot in here after being infected by those foul beasts? I ought to cut you to pieces right where you stand. I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. Go to Morthal and speak to Falion. He can help you. Otherwise, you're dead to me.
So you become a vampire and suddenly they forget all you had done for them? This is ridiculous. You've proven your loyalty more than enough. They have no right to treat you like an animal. Are you serious? You're giving your vampirism up just because they say so? Most people would kill for the gift you gained. It's not a curse! Can't you appreciate it? Oh, so that's what this has been for you, huh? Fine. Get your cure. And remind me to keep my distance from you while you're at it. Wouldn't want you to catch my disease.
When you have a gem and have filled it, return to me and I will perform the ritual. I will bring life to your dead body, vampire.
So, you're going through with it after all. I know. I'm sorry, it's just that... it just felt personal for me. You know what I had to... what I was forced to go through to gain this gift. And the price me and my family had to pay for it. Many would go through even worse lengths to gain this power. But you didn't. You didn't have to give up anything. I wish I had it that easy. So seeing you throw it away just like that... I felt like you didn't appreciate what I gave you. Yeah, considering you returned from the enemy castle as a vampire, I can't really blame him for being suspicious of your loyalty. Look, I won't complain over this anymore. You did what you needed to do in order to fulfill our mission, and I said I wouldn't judge you back then. I have no right to tell you what to do with your life. You're my friend, and I will support you no matter what. I promise.
But I'm learning about magic.
In fact, I actually grabbed a
that's what they
filled
do
black
there.
soul gem from my mother's
Can I go?
laboratory.
The
You can
college
have
is
it.
not the only place to learn about magic.
But you went there, didn't you? Isn't that where you learned?
Right.
I was there
Here you
only
go.
for a short time. Much of what I've learned has been on my own, and I will teach you.
Huh?
You have no reason to go there.
In fact, I actually grabbed a filled black soul gem from my mother's laboratory. You can have it. If you say so.
Earn life to the creature you see before you. The ritual
So,
is
it's done.
complete.
How are you feeling? So, it's done. How are you feeling? That somehow sounds about right. In any case, I'm glad it worked out for you. Well, to tell the truth, I wasn't completely honest with you when we spoke earlier. I just didn't feel right about speaking my mind after the way I behaved. I've been too selfish in this matter. Thank you. All this frustration, and one of the reasons I wanted you to become a vampire is because I don't want you to die. You're the first true friend I ever had. I never met anyone with whom I actually felt comfortable spending time with. Not since I became a vampire. In a way, sharing my gift with you is my way of expressing that. I'm bound to live for ages, but you're not. Part of me is afraid of deteriorating with time. But when we're together, I know that I'll still be me no matter what. I finally found something that makes my hurt go away. I don't want to lose this. No, I don't think I will. I don't want to. But that's selfish. I have no right to make a choice of this magnitude for you. I'm sick of how every time I let my guard down, I end up becoming apathetic or possessive. I need to stop that. To accept that I can't control everything. That's the one thing that led my family down this path in the first place. So I owe you an apology for my behavior. Making you feel bad to manipulate you was childish of me. I suppose that's why I couldn't accept your mortality. I don't want to lose another family. But this is how life is. I should just cherish whatever time we have left. Thank you. I'm glad you're the one who woke me up that day.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
This place has seen better days. I should know.
And I would like you to be more specific. Tamriel has over 6,000 years of history, you know. Does she now? Well, in that case, I can think of a few books that explore the events of the late Third Era. More or less, anyway. I can point you towards 4 merchants that probably have those. It'll be quite the trip through the province, though.
I like living here. I feel different somehow. More myself.
I do. But these books are meant to be used exclusively by members of the college, and your friend here is not. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. Archmage's orders. I know you're probably sick of hearing this, but it is all in this note.
I've started reading manga recently. They're actually quite entertaining.
Hello,
Is
friend.
something the matter?
Of course. Until next time.
All my goods are legitimate, which is more than I can say for some. Of course. Very well.
Welcome. Let me know if you see anything you like.
Learn a library's worth of knowledge in moments, or grow back that missing limb with my genuine
Of course. Keep your eyes to the road.
Keeps my wallet light, too.
Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. No. Now go away. Yeah, that's a little joke. Don't look at me like that. Here you go. Do come.
I do. But these books are meant to be used exclusively by members of the college, and your friend here is not. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. Archmage's orders. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot that the Psijic order suddenly appeared out of nowhere and said, "Hey, see that kid that joined the college last week? Yeah, put him in charge." Here you go, all 4 of them. Tell her to be careful.
I didn't expect I'd ever hang out with a creature of the night.
Creature of the night? That's a new one. I like it. I'm honestly surprised you could tell so quickly. Not bad.
I've had encounters with your kind before. None seem to be civilized like you, though. I suppose that's a good sign.
So, we're good?
Aye. Although I'll be keeping an eye on you for the time being. I hope you understand.
Yeah, no problem. In fact, that just makes you more reliable than our friend here.
Ha! Are you really that susceptible to a pretty face? Anyway, if you're an ally, then I say well met. You may call me Mjol.
And you may call me Serana. Nice to meet you.
You haven't traveled much, have you, Serana?
Is it that obvious?
I can tell by your look. You're like a little girl who's discovering something new every day. It's rather adorable, to be honest.
I guess it is. What about you?
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between.
Well, now I'm jealous.
Oh, don't be like that. You have your whole life ahead of you. Commit to your passions, woman. You only get to live once.
I will. Thanks, Mjol.
Anytime, friend. Ah, it feels good to adventure with Grim Sever again. Just like the old times.
What's so special about your sword, anyway? I mean, I know glass is a rare material, but couldn't you just buy a new sword and call it a day?
You don't understand. I've been wielding Grimsever since my early adventuring days. It's special to me.
Oh, please. I've been sleeping with a dagger since the First Era, and I don't go around calling it my irreplaceable partner.
Look, it's not easy to explain, but giving a name to your sword gives meaning to your journey. Like an oath to an ideal when you begin your adventure.
Oh, I see.
You know what? You should try it. Why don't you give your dagger a name?
No. Sorry.
Oh well, suit yourself.
Here, Mjol. I made you a few potions.
Thank you. How thoughtful.
It's nothing. Alchemy is one of my strong suits anyway, so I may as well put it to good use.
Now you are beginning to think like a true adventurer. Use your skills selflessly for the benefit of others.
No, I just thought it would be more practical if you had them. Selfless isn't exactly a word you'd associate with someone who once worshipped a Daedra, would you?
Well, if that's the case, then why did you give them to me in the first place?
Well, I just thought you should have them. You fight in the front lines, so you'll need all the help you can get.
So you were worried about my well-being and gave them to me expecting nothing in return. That's selflessness in its purest form, if not kindness. And that is the core principle of an adventurer in my book. You're a good person, Serana, and don't let anything make you doubt it.
Yeah, thanks.
You are new, yes?
In the college? No, not really. I learned magic on my own long ago, so I'm not here to attend a class.
Ha! Finally, a worthy rival for Jazargo.
You sure about that? I thought you were an apprentice.
Perhaps in a school or two. But when it comes to destruction, Jazargo could challenge the Archmage himself.
Okay, then let's call him, like right now.
Now! I mean, Jazargo wouldn't want our good Archmage to get hurt.
That's fine, Whiskers. I'm sure the average bandit will do.
Don't call Jazargo Whiskers. It's humiliating.
Right. Sorry, Jazargo. And nice to meet you. I'm Serana.
Nice to meet you as well. Jazargo's name is... Hold up. How do you know Jazargo's name is Jazargo?
I like him. He breaks the monotony. Hey, look. I found an amethyst.
What? No, give it to Jazargo. He saw it first.
Too late, Whiskers.
By the moons, it's cold.
You have fur all over your body. How are you cold?
Jazargo was born in the warm lands of elsewhere. His fur can't handle this cold oblivion.
What do you mean by the warm lands of elsewhere?
No, the warm lands of elsewhere.
That's what I said. Elsewhere.
Elsewhere? Jazargo is talking about his homeland, damn it.
Yeah. I'd figure your homeland would be elsewhere.
Are you messing with Jazargo?
Maybe. What is elsewhere? So how's your progress on the expert-level destruction spells, Jazargo?
Jazargo is close to reaching his goal. Our enemies make for excellent practice after all.
See, that's what I wanted to talk about. You almost hit me during our last battle.
He did? Jazargo never noticed.
That's the problem. You lose control when you fight. You need to learn to hold back.
But Jazargo has to fight at full power. How will he ever defeat his enemies otherwise?
That's what the rest of us are here for, Jazargo. You need to remember that you're part of a team now. We look after each other, and we are careful with our attacks. Wielding magic requires a great sense of responsibility.
Now you sound just like Tulfdir.
Well, if two people have told you already, then there must be some truth to it. Wouldn't you agree?
Maybe. Jazargo sees your point, friend. He will try to be more careful with his spells in the future. And Jazargo apologizes for any harm that may have befallen you due to his recklessness.
Serana accepts your apology.
You're traveling with us too, right?
Yeah. My name is Serana. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. I'm Miranda, priest of Mara.
Oh.
Is something wrong?
No, sorry. It's nothing.
You used to worship a Daedric prince?
Well, yes. How could you tell?
You had the look of remorse as soon as the Divines were brought up. We carry the same weight, you and I.
You mean, you used to worship one too?
I did, which is why I know the strength and courage it takes to abandon that way of life. So don't let my devotion to the Divines get in the way. We're all friends here.
That's good to know. Thanks. Arender?
Yes, my daughter. What is it I can help with?
Well, Can I ask you something personal? I know we just met and all, but...
Of course, Serana. I don't have anything to hide from my friends.
Well, I just wanted to know. After all you did as a priest of Vermina, how did you manage to face the Divines?
It wasn't an easy choice. For a long time I was lost, disoriented. I struggled a lot with my own sense of self-worth. The priest of Mara who found me simply opened a path for me, but it was one I had to walk down on my own. It took me a long time to face my regrets and acknowledge my wrongdoings, but in the end, I found the courage to move forward.
It must have been difficult for you.
It was, but the Divines have as much faith in us as we have on them. That is why they grant second chances to those who seek to right their wrongs.
I doubt it's that easy.
It's not, but that's what makes the journey worth the effort. It's a test of your willingness to change. You don't have to take the step right away. Like I said, it's not an easy choice. So I want you to know that whenever you feel ready to move forward, I'll gladly lend you my support.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Arender.
There's no need to thank me, Serana. That's what friends are for.
Here, have some gold, Arendor.
What? No, I can't accept it.
You're almost out of septums. What are you spending them on anyway?
Charity.
I thought as much, but you're giving away too much.
I can get by with the bare minimum. Just enough to eat and rent a room.
And what about maintenance? You'll need that gold to keep your equipment in good condition.
I am a healer first, and a fighter second, Serana. I'll barely use my weapon in combat anyway, so it would be a waste.
And what if our enemies figure our formation out and corner you? That mace won't do you any good without maintenance. I know your intentions are good, but your charity will hurt our cause if you don't save up for yourself. So just take the coins, all right?
I can't accept them, Serana. I understand what you're telling me, but those coins will be better served by those who really need them. If you have no use for them either, then give them away. And in return, I promise to save up more septums for myself from now on.
Ugh, fine. I'll join your charity initiative. But you better keep your end of the deal.
Don't take it as a defeat, my daughter. You'll find that helping an unfortunate soul have a brighter day is a gratifying experience.
Huh? Well, aren't you the pretty one? I bet all the men chase after you.
Jealous much, sister? Or is there something else you want to say to me?
You're not supposed to be in here. I know you for what you are. This town's blood is ours. Leave it. Now we must return to our roles, lest the sheep suspect the wolves.
Yeah, I'll... Wait, ours?
I'm warning you. Back off!
You have the subtlety of a drunken skeever, you know that?
And you, young maiden, you arrived with this guest, did you not?
Indeed, my lady. My name is Serana. It is a privilege to meet you.
Oh, how polite. I didn't think Nords could achieve such high standards of etiquette and beauty.
You do me too much honor, my lady.
Quite the contrary, young maiden. You truly are a diamond in the rough. Please, if there's anything you require, you have but to ask.
I will. It's been a pleasure, Lady Elenwen.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine.
A diamond in the rough, she says. Good to know I stand out among the dirt. Wait a minute, isn't that...
You're pathetic!
Oh, hey, it's... What was her name again? I knew someone was missing from the court. Probably for the best, though. She was... a little special, if you know what I mean. Yes? Yeah. Now that we've... well... dealt with my father, I think that it's safe for my mother to return to our world. We have to go to the Soul Cairn and tell her. She doesn't have a way of knowing what's going on out here. Besides, who knows what the Ideal Masters will do to her this time if we don't get her out of there soon.
And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Serana?
Yes. It is done.
I see. I hope that you wouldn't have to do it yourself. You didn't have to.
No, I did have to. This was my responsibility as much as it was...
Mine.
You should have come with us. Even if we managed to defeat Father by ourselves, it would have been easier for me if you had been there. A part of me was still afraid of him. And even if my friend helped me face him, I needed you there.
I am sorry. I didn't want you to face this ordeal on your own. I just couldn't face him. But for what is worth, I commend your courage. You went through lengths I did not dare to go. I know I can't fix the damage for which I am responsible, but I will make it up to you. Things will be different from now on. I promise.
You mean it?
Of course, dear. You deserve that much. We'll talk later.
Right behind you. I think so, yeah. I can tell she regrets all she put me through, so there's no point in holding a grudge against her any longer. I admit things still feel a little awkward between us, but I think it'll go away soon. We just need a little time to readjust. Not yet. I mean, what kind of adult lives with her mother in this day and age? Even still, I'd appreciate it if we went to visit her from time to time. She's a better alchemist than I am, so maybe she'll have something for us.
Ah, Serana. Welcome back. How have you been?
Oh, you know, me and my friend against the world. A simultaneously stimulating and stressful experience.
I don't envy you one bit. The outside world is something I'd like to stay away from for the time being. Besides, with the Soul Cairn's resources, I may consider setting up shop sometime in the future. And I could use an associate.
I appreciate the offer, but you know I can't stay at one place for too long, Mother.
No need for that. You can...
And I am not becoming your delivery girl.
Shame. By the way, I have some spare potions and soul gems for the two of you. Help yourself to whatever you need.
Don't mind if we do.
Ah, Serana, you're back. How was your journey?
Mostly fun, except for the times we go dungeon delving. She has a tendency to keep her head underground. Speaking of which, we're a little short on resources. I was hoping we could borrow some potions and soul gems.
This is why you come to visit, to replenish supplies. Am I that irrelevant in your life?
What? No, that's not what I
jest, dear. Of course I have supplies for you. For me is enough to be able to talk to you from time to time.
Thanks? My mother's not the joking type. Should I be worried? Mother? Can we talk?
Of course, dear. What is... Oh my.
I suppose you can tell by looking at my eyes, can you?
You're mortal. How could you do this? After all we sacrificed, you're throwing away your gift of immortality.
Look, if you just let me explain...
And what now? I spent an eternity separated from you. And now that we're finally together, I have to watch you die.
I'm not gonna die right away, Mother.
They are blue.
What?
Your eyes. They are blue. I had forgotten.
Yeah, so did I.
And why didn't you consult with me first? You should have told me beforehand. I didn't want to learn about it like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. But I needed to do this. Being a vampire was choking me so slowly that I wouldn't have noticed until I was dead. I couldn't live a frozen life while the world around me kept moving on. All that made me who I am would wither away one way or another. Even if you don't approve. I hope you understand why I had to do this.
I do understand, Serana. I just wish you trusted me enough to tell me beforehand. I would have supported you, you know.
You're right. I have been unfair to you.
Don't worry about it, dear. But promise me you'll come to visit every now and then, if our time together is limited.
Of course, I promise!
You know, blue does suit your eyes. They're beautiful.
Huh. I'm sure they'd have the same effect on you, Mother. Thank you. Something tells me you like what you're seeing. Do you realize how impractical this armor is? My eyes are up here, you know. Lead on. Aren't you cold with that?
And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. Of course, at the start of the video, I hinted that this update includes party banter, which will play out as you progress through the main questline. And yes, I could showcase them here. Unfortunately, I'm an occasional butthole. I think you should experience them for yourselves. There's 20 of them, all scattered through the main questlines of Skyrim and Dawnguard. I had a lot of fun writing them, so I hope you guys enjoy them too. And of course, I'm open to feedback. Anything that helps this mod grow is always welcome. In regards to making interactions with other followers, I'm open to suggestions, but if they don't have any form of chemistry, I don't think I could write anything good. And no, I'm not making interactions with modded followers. Sorry, not sorry. So that's all I wanted to say. If you enjoyed the mod, please give it an endorsement, and in return, I'll tell you a joke. A vampire, a North, a Dunmer and a Khajiit walk into a bar, and something really cool happens.